Happy Monday to all of my awesome viewers, subscribers, and fans. I bid you welcome as we launch a new month, March 2021, to the rebirth, the reboot, the resurrection of the GB cast. Ramking, Whipping Boss, Monsieur, Vicky, River, hello, how are you all doing today? Hope you all are having a good March so far, even though it's only day 1 of March 2021. It is currently cloudy, and it's been raining all day. So what a great way to start the month. By the way, this is the new wall for March 2021. It is an image from, I think, last year I took when I was out in my backyard, a previous March, whenever things started to go really, really bad, right? But it was a nice day. And it looked nice outside of my backyard of my ancient oaks. So that was cool. Raider, what's up, Raider? How you doing today? Good to see you. By the way, once again, thank you so much to everybody that donated in yesterday's World Central Kitchen fundraiser stream on Sunday. We raised a few bucks for World Central Kitchen. Thank you to Shotgun, as well as Sinister, UG, as well as Fat Chinese Gaming for your contributions. Your donations make a big difference. Every dollar, every pound, every euro helps World Central Kitchen. So that was a fun stream we had yesterday, doing a little Red Dead Redemption multiplayer. Good time. And today, we start something new. Well, not new. It's new-ish, because it's bringing back a show I've been wanting to bring back for a while now. It's a beautiful day in California. Nice, Vicky. Very nice. Awesome. Before we get started, I want to thank, as always, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, along with our mods who do a great job in the live chat. Most of the time, the mods' work is not necessary, but sometimes it is. So I do appreciate my mods, as well as our members, which include my very good friend Azralynn, Carrick, another good friend of mine. He reviews video games. You may have heard of him. His channel, ACG. Mike Lambert. The elite members include UG Outlaw, along with BELFAST Gaming, Will, MeltNet. Honorable mentions to our junior members, ToykoTent, Conor, deforest Smith, MatterWolf, Huttch Plays, along with Tommy Angelo Jr., Fat Chinese Gaming, Brett, and Ramking. Junior members, elite members, going above and beyond for the GeauxBurns Nation. So, let's get started with the resurrection of the GB cast. So the way it's going to work is it's going to be very, very interactive, and I may tweak it along the way, make some improvements here or there, but you got to start somewhere. My eye itches. Great way to start the stream. So one way you'll be able to interact is you'll actually be able to see yourself sometimes appear in the GB cast. When we're interacting, we're talking about things, various topics, gaming. We'll talk gaming news. Then we'll also talk sci-fi news. We'll talk comics. We'll talk TV shows. We'll talk movies. And these are, subjects, topics I want to bring up. Maybe some subjects, topics you want to bring up, depending on what you're in the mood to talk about, what's trending, what's happening in the world of entertainment. And we do have a specific Discord room, a GBcast room. And that's where I would like for the topics to be posted prior to installments of the GBcast, so I can go look and see what you guys are in the mood to talk about. Then I can go find some articles. We can read over it. I can throw in my 2 cents. You can throw in yours, and then we'll go from there. Straight Slayer, what's up, Straight Slayer? Ramking says Tom and Jerry movie. Yeah, I'm not going to be talking about that. No. Listen, look, I'm not going to talk about things that don't really interest me. And trashing Tom and Jerry in a POS movie just for another cash grab, that doesn't interest me. See, River, sunny but chilly in eastern Oklahoma. Nice, River, very nice. Okay, so this is the way the GBcast is going to go. We're going to do it, attempt to do it 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Central start time, 6 p.m. UK, depending on, I think that's the time difference right now. And we will go over a variety of topics. And like I mentioned, you're welcome to bring up topics you want me to discuss that you think that might be interesting when it comes to any of those topics, whether it's video games, comics, sci-fi, TV shows, movies, more. So hopefully the resurrection of the GB cast will go much better. I think one of the issues that we had with the first variation is that I only did it 1 day a week. And this time around, I'm going to attempt to do it 3 days a week. And then hopefully that'll gain a little bit more traction. But obviously there's going to be a little bit of a touch and go going forward. There's going to be some tweaks, some improvements along the way. Plus we'll have guests. I'm looking forward to having some future guests on the show. And maybe some of the shows will be themed around specific topics. So we're going to start things off with video game news. Mogul, what's up, Mogul? How's it going? Good to see you, Mogul. So we got a few video game topics, and then we'll move on to some DC. Since I love DC comics, I do like the MCU as well, but I'm originally more of a DC fan, like Superman, Batman, Justice League. So we got a bit of DC news to go over as well today, and whatever other topics you wish to bring up in the live chat and our GB cast room in our Discord. So let's start off with video games, since the channel is predominantly a gaming channel. That way we can ease into a variety of different topics, but start off with something familiar to most of my viewers and subscribers. This is from IGN. By the way, feel free, go to IGN, follow along if you feel so inclined. No need, because the article is literally right here for your reading pleasure. Raider, GB, were you, was I on the Jackknife Finnegan stream? You saw me in the chat. Well, I do appear in a few chats, but I don't recall being in a Jackknife Finnegan stream. Okay. Like, when was this, Raider? Anyways, before we continue, yeah, we're going to talk about the loading times. Apparently a modder has discovered a way to fix the loading times in GTA Online after all these years. Brywood says, weird how I asked you about it's ever snowed in Texas, but a few weeks ago, yeah, we've had a bit of snow. So we're moving on, Bry. Sorry, Bry. But let's talk about this. This we're talking about. GTA Online modder says they figured out a way to reduce the game's lengthy loading times by nearly 70%, and claims Rockstar could implement a fix in the space of a day. As reported, PC Gamer user Tossed has published a fascinating blog post detailing how they reduced the GTA Online loading screen time down from 6 minutes to a far more healthy 1 minute to 50 seconds. You can check out Toss code for yourself, so feel free to go to the article, check it out as well. So let's see, it's just proof of the concept, as they point out in the page, modifying your game, which I don't know if that's a good idea. I would advise not doing this because, Rockstar is about modding in their online games. But I thought it was still interesting to bring up. In their write-up of the process, Toss points to the game's single-thread CPU bottleneck and a poorly built 10 megabyte JSON file that is containing all of GT Online's purchasable in-game items and upgrades. When it finds an item, the file checks the entire array of 63,000 entries, and Toss says that it performs a check nearly 2 billion times. Wow. No wonder it takes so long. See, which is what they believe is delaying the loading process. So you think that an older game like this would load a little bit faster. Toss attempted to smooth the process out, and with some patching, dropped the loading times by 69.4%. This won't solve everybody's loading times. There might be other bottlenecks in different systems, but it's such a gaping hole they have no idea how Rockstar has missed it out all this time, all these years. Rounding off their piece, the coder addresses Rockstar's directly, noting that it shouldn't take more than a day for a single dev to do this and solve it, and offering a set of solutions for the company to implement the fix. There's been no word from Rockstar on having seen the post, but Toz has had to update the post to ask players to stop sending the link to the company's support account. So obviously Rockstar's probably been sent this by quite a few people, and I don't know, maybe Rockstar should just give this guy like a contract fee, like hire him as a contract employee and have him go into the code and fix it. But apparently this issue has been around for quite a while now, and it's kind of interesting that a modder would be able to fix this issue and increase the loading time by nearly 70% in just a day's work. I think that would make GTA Online run way better. Who knows? Maybe the same issue is over in Red Dead Online as well. That could be a thing. So let's go back to chat real quick, see what you got to say. Whether about this topic or other topics. All right, where did we leave off? Last night. Last night I was watching The Inquisition with Doomcock and Nerdrotic, and then I went to go watch Ricotta Law with Nick Ricotta, but I was not in any Jackknife stream, so I don't know what you're talking about, Untouchable Raider. Those are the only two streams that I was watching last night. So yeah, as a fellow YouTuber, content creator, I also like to go watch other people and watch other content. So yeah, Inquisition and Ricotta were the only two streams that I had been watching, and the only two that I left any chats in that were easily ignored, but that's fine. A lot of people are leaving chats in those streams, but I felt like it was fun to chime in. See, Jeremy, you like Wonder Woman? Yeah, I like Wonder Woman as well. See, Ramking says Rockstar does things right, but well, when it comes to this issue, I guess it's just prime example of how Rockstar focuses on other things, and there's obvious issues in the game that exists in both GTA Online for years now, as well as Red Dead Online, that remain unresolved. And the fact that a modder within a day could fix this issue, this loading time, by 70% is unfortunately that does paint an interesting picture as to what the dev teams are being focused on by the higher ups at Rockstar Games. It's sad because it's quite possible that if they had teams like this modder and others out there just as skilled and qualified to go into the code and find solutions to the problem, they could probably resolve a lot of the issues that people complain about in both online versions and improve the quality of life for both GTA Online as well as Red Dead Online, especially Red Dead Online, which has a lot of issues, quote-unquote, features that we are all aware of when it comes to both of these games. So, yeah, that's the big problem when it comes to the issues in the game. They just go on for a long time, and they never get fixed. You never get these problems resolved. Update after update, you always hope that they're going to fix this issue in GTA Online or that issue in Red Dead Online, but even though they put out patches, even though they put out updates to the game, they add new content, they never really bother to really address some of the quality of life issues that persist. And it is amazing that there are those out there that are skilled, that are qualified, like that modder we talked about in that IGN article, that could go into the game, go into the coding, and resolve the issue. Now, maybe it's not as simple as that. Maybe fixing that issue could cause something else to occur. So coding is very, very complicated. I'm not an expert when it comes to coding, but at the same time, I do feel like if they had, if they cared more about the quality of life of their online modes, then they would probably have a team specifically dedicated to that. And they probably do. I mean, it's possible. Maybe it's like one person, and that one person has to do all this work, and at the same time, there's so many issues, like a mile-long list of issues for both GTA Online and Red Dead Online. Dark MatterWolf, what's up, Dark MatterWolf? Ramking says it's really sad that they have these amazing, talented directors, devs, do amazing. Let's see, the problem is, Ramking, that we don't know what they're doing or not doing because they're not very transparent. Now, some of that I can understand, but I can think off the top of my head numerous issues that both GTA Online have had over the past few years, as well as Red Dead Online, and yet those issues never get fixed. Hey Riley, how's it going? Hope you're having a good Monday. Chat Nice here as well. Hello chat, how you doing? All right, so let us move on from the GTA modder topic. And I do find that interesting, though, that Tost actually discovered that. And it does make you wonder what other issues within GTA Online and Red Dead Online could be easily resolved with some fixes. So maybe Rockstar should consider hiring Tost, give him some contract pay, and have him go in, since they obviously know what the issues is and they've looked into it. But obviously, one way or the other, Rockstar is now aware of this so-called fix. Whether or not they actually do it, remains to be seen. So we are moving on to the next topic. The next topic, which will stick with gaming for the moment, is about, let's see, hold on, where is it? All right, no, that's the wrong one. Eventually I'll get the hang of this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about Star Wars Hunters. Earlier I said we were going to talk about topics I actually care about. I don't know if I really care about this, but I do care about Star Wars, as some of you may be aware of. But I was happy when Lucas Games was reformed. Well, the modern version of Lucas Games, LucasArts Games. Yeah, Lucasfilms Games. Lucasfilm Games, that's the name, right? And it's no longer exclusively to EA. Like, Ubisoft is apparently working on an open world game for Star Wars. You have an Indiana Jones game in the works by one of the Bethesda developers. So that's quite interesting. Riley, you're just driving, so you're listening. Okay, we'll focus on the road. Focus on the road, please. So it's good that we're possibly going to get some more Star Wars games in the future. And there's also, like I mentioned, Indiana Jones games in the work. Even though I would very much like to see a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. I enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order. I thought Respawn did a great job. And Battlefront 2 did come a long ways since its initial launch. They fixed a lot of the issues that originally came out in the beginning with like the loot crates. Yeah, they fixed a lot of that. And they made some improvements along the way, but I think that DICE must be focusing on either the new Battlefront right now. No, the new Battlefield. Like, there's Battlefield and there's Battlefront. Battlefront Star Wars. So whether or not there's going to be a Battlefront 3 remains to be seen. But I know that the fan base for Battlefront 2 would very much like for them to continue adding future content to Battlefront 2 and continue adding new maps and new characters like Ahsoka, along with the Mandalorian and several characters that were introduced in the Mandalorian TV series. I cannot talk, and I doubt that they'll ever add Cara Dune for reasons. Okay, so Star Wars Hunters. This is over at StarWars.com in case you're wondering where you can go find this article. Let's see, Dark MatterWolf. I'm glad you're doing good today. Nice. Glad you're doing good, Dark MatterWolf. I'm just making it through a rainy day in March. Join the fight in Star Wars Hunters, a new game from Lucasfilm and Zynga. God. Zynga. Zynga's the ones making this one. Oh, see, right there. You kind of lost me at Zynga. New bounty hunters, rebel heroes, Imperials populate this competitive arena combat game coming to Nintendo Switch in 2021. So this will be a Nintendo Switch exclusive, I'm guessing, for now. I'm sure they being Star Wars, Lucasfilm Games, and Zynga are going to want to try and get this game out to other platforms like smartphones, perhaps even on the PS5, Xbox Series X eventually. But initially it's coming to the Switch. If you ever dreamed of competing in a galactic arena, the roar of the cheering crowds in your ears, a new Star Wars game promises to capture that spirit with all new characters and Star Wars-inspired locations. During this is a few days ago, during the Nintendo Direct, Zynga and Lucasfilm Games announced Star Wars Hunters, a competitive arena combat game coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2021. Star Wars Hunters will bring players together to engage in thrilling, team-based multiplayer battles featuring a diverse array of distinctive new Star Wars characters. Set after the fall of the Galactic Empire. A lot of this stuff is after the fall of the Galactic Empire, way before, right? Way before even the prequels. That's where Lucasfilm likes to exist these days. Star Wars Hunters will connect players in real time to battle in arena setting inspired by the iconic Star Wars locales. Play as the daring bounty hunters, heroes of the rebellion, Imperial Stormtrooper, and an Imperial Stormtrooper. You get to miss all your shots, right? So you get to go into the arena as an Imperial Stormtrooper and pew, 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 and you always miss, right? You never hit your target. See, an action game that is immerses player in the fast-paced and visually stunning Star Wars conflict. Today we got a first look at it. I'm not going to watch it for copyright reasons, but I have watched it earlier. It was meh. It's just a teaser. It's nothing too special. Star Wars Hunters draws inspiration from classic Star Wars stories and settings, but with a look and feel that is different from anything we have done before, says Douglas Riley, the VP of Lucasfilm Games. We're thrilled to introduce this widely creative cast of characters to our fans on the Nintendo Switch, where they can join their friends in thrilling battles at home or on the go. Star Wars Hunters will be available free. It's free, y'all. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything, right? No. In the words of Palpatine. So you'll be able to download it for free on the Nintendo Switch and on the App Store. So it will be on the App Store and Google Play. So they are going to eventually bring it to the smartphones. What a surprise. Star Wars Hunters does not require a Nintendo Switch online membership to download and play. So there's that. So it is a freemium game. That's basically what this is going to be, a freemium game. Fuck you, Disney Plus. Anyways, so Star Wars Hunters. I don't think it's a battle royale. So, yeah, I don't think this is going to be a battle royale. Not at all. So, no. Yeah. This is going to be like you go in an arena, and I guess it's going to be kind of like a crappy version of Mortal Kombat, most likely. And you'll have all these, you'll start off with like some base characters, but then if you want, it's going to be like pay to win. And then they'll add other characters, limited edition characters, character skins, cosmetics. You get the idea. And people will end up spending ridiculous amounts of money in order to have the bestest characters for Star Wars Hunters. So this is a type of game practice I don't really care too much for. Brian, welcome, Brian. Now, we're just talking about little video games at the moment. We talked about this GTA code that a modder discovered, and then now we're talking about Star Wars Hunters coming to the Nintendo Switch. And it's basically a freemium. It's going to be free to download, which is good. But unfortunately, so-called free games, there's some decent free games out there. I mean, I play Clash of Clans every now and then, and I haven't spent a dime on Clash of Clans. But there's also those out there that really do go out of their way to encourage you to buy, to spend a little money, a little cash, a few bucks on this character, that character. So look for some limited edition like Mandalorian characters, except for Cara Dune, probably. So you have like Mando. You'll have Ahsoka in there probably. You'll maybe even have Grogu, a.k.a. Baby Yoda. Maybe Moff Gideon. Maybe he'll show up. Maybe Bill Burr's character will show up. And characters from the prequel era, characters from the original trilogy, sequel era. Maybe that's going to be how you start, right? They'll start off with the sequel trilogy characters because, nobody wants them. That'll be your starting characters. Those will be free. But if you want to play on the you want to play with some original trilogy like Luke, Leia, Han, Lando, Chewie, then that's going to cost you. Smithers, GB, there was a fake GB in another stream. What do you mean there's a fake GB? What are you talking about, Smithers? What fake GB? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm the only GB there is, so why would anybody want to be me? See, Riley says the microtransactions are going through the roof. Riley, you're supposed to be driving. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to have people buy characters from the original trilogy, and if you want to play as, say, Anakin or younger Obi-Wan or Padme, or Jar Jar might be free. Fat, what's up, Fat? How's it going? Good to see you. Emmett, hey Emmett, how you doing? Glad to see you, Emmett. All right, so anyways, I am the only me. Okay, though I wasn't once again I wasn't in the Jackknife Finnegan stream. That wasn't me. Like Smithers, are you and Raider the same person? Please don't use multiple accounts. That shit pisses me off. Brett, what's up, Brett? Fat, hello, Fat. How you doing? Ruben, hello. Hello, Ruben. Look, I mentioned this earlier. The only two streams I was in last night that I even mentioned something, which quickly went by. Like I was watching the Inquisition with Doomcock and Nerdrotic last night. And then after that, I watched Rick Law whenever he started his stream before I went to bed. Like, I've never been in Jackknife stream. I don't even know who Jackknife is. I have no idea who that is. Okay, so you're two different people because I've had that brought up twice. Like, what was this? What was this other version? Look, that wasn't me, by the way. It was not me. So I don't know who that person is. It's not me. So I'll have to look into it later. So I'm gonna refocus on this because it wasn't me. Look, if it was me, I would say it was, but I've never heard of Jackknife before. Dark MatterWolf, Kathleen Kennedy wants to fire ToykoTent. Yeah. Rachel Dawson Rosario Dawson. Sorry, Rosario. Please forgive me. Yeah, she seems to be next on the crosshairs of Kathleen Kennedy for once again reasons. I'm just hoping that eventually we will see Kathleen Kennedy fired. Well, dude, it wasn't me. Okay, it wasn't me. Look, people can pretend to be PewDiePie. Okay, people can go and pretend to be PewDiePie right now. Somebody could come into the chat pretending to be PewDiePie. They could take the icon, they could take the name, but if you click on the link, which I wish you still could, you could prove that it's not them. Like, what were they saying? Okay, what were they saying? I'm just curious. You want to bring it up? Raider wants to bring it up? Okay. What were they saying? Because it wasn't me. Like, I don't know who the hell would want to impersonate me, but that's pretty pathetic. Of all the people impersonate on YouTube, why me? But I will tell you right now, honest truth, it was not me. John Steve, what's up, John Steve? How you doing? Bagman, hello, Bagman. How you doing? Good to see you, Bagman, aka Gooey. Okay, so yeah, Star Wars Hunters, crappy premium game coming out. I guess at the end of the day, it might be fun. Just be if you end up downloading this game, just be smart. Just be smart about it and don't spend any money. Keep my name out of your mouth. What? What are they? I have no idea who Jackknife is. I have no idea about any of that. That wasn't me. I promise it wasn't me. Keep my name out of your mouth. So it's just some random troll that took my name. Some faker. Some fraud. Well, it wasn't me. So, what a surprise. I mean, I've never heard of Jackknife before. Whoever did that needs to get a fucking life. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. But let's see. Fat says, yeah, it wasn't me. Trust me. And I wouldn't say anything like that. For one thing, I've never heard of Jackknife before. Nothing against Jackknife. I mean, I've never been on his stream. He's probably a cool dude. But there's a lot of people that stream out there. There's a lot of people that make content out there. I guess I will look into the matter a little bit more. Well, I don't... Yeah, look, that's definitely not me, Smithers. Do I try to start shit with people? No. There's a troll out there impersonating me. I'll get to the bottom of it. Did Jackknife block them? I hope they blocked them. They should be blocked, and that account should be reported because that account was not me. So that kind of sort of pisses me off a little. Let me look at this real quick. Let me look. Let me type my name in. And if I find somebody that is claiming to be me, I'm going to freaking report them. Like, how pathetic can you be to impersonate me? Like, seriously. It's not like I'm a huge YouTuber. Alright, so I'm the only one coming up. Like, me. Alright, just my content. I'm not seeing another GeauxBurns. Alright, yeah, Smithers, it wasn't me. I'm looking right now, though. I'm looking down the list. Like, most of it's just my content. Like, I mean, the only other one I have is my vlogs channel. But I'm looking real quick. I'm looking. Here, let me pull this up. Y'all can look at it too. All right, so far, I mean, a lot of this is just me. It's just me or my vlogs, or if anyone happens to play with me. Let's see, Magnum. What's up, Magnum? How's it going? All right, so I'm not finding a fake account, but obviously somebody is sad and pathetic enough to impersonate me. That's pretty depressing for them. Like, why don't you impersonate somebody else? But for the record, it wasn't me. What if we put a space? Maybe it was somebody putting a space. Let's try that. All right. So see, once again, I'm the only one that pops up. All right. Let's do that. See, this is all my content. But that's just the reality, though. See, that is the reality, is that you can easily go and you can pretend to be PewDiePie, for example. You can pretend to be almost anybody on YouTube. That's pretty easy to do. I mean, in the end, does that mean it's you? No, because if you go click on that specific person's URL, you will come to soon discover that that's not the real deal. So yeah, I mean, I'm not finding another GeauxBurns besides me. I mean, that's me right there, little old me. So I don't know. Anyways, let's go back to the chat real quick, and then we'll move on. And will the real GB please stand up? Let's see. Hello, Magnum. How's it going? Yeah, but if you see them again, just tell Jackknife that's not the real me. In fact, I may reach out to him because like Raider and you both said that. And I'm sorry for assuming you were the same person. Some people do that, though. They don't do it intentionally. They just have multiple accounts. So sorry about that. King Flush, what's up, King Flush? How you doing? Ramking says, does filter through the search engine put channel options to search filter? Oh, okay. So let's try that. It shows how much I know. Okay. Type channel. All right. So once again, I mean, all right. So let me bring this back up again. All right. For fuck's sakes, god damn it. All right. So I did what Ramking suggested. I filtered it by channels instead. What was it called? What do you mean, Chadney? What do you mean? Was it called GB? I don't know. That's stupid of YouTube to got. Yeah, Smithers. I agree. I wish they would have kept that, because you used to be able to actually go directly to like somebody. Like right now, I could go to one of your channels, because everyone technically has a channel. And I could just visit your channel and see who you are and see your channel. Like, but YouTube doesn't allow that in the live chat anymore. I see Seth King says, howdy, Seth King. All right, so let's scroll down. Let's have a look. So there's my two main accounts, my Burns report. Yay. And there's some guy named Let's Go. I mean, it's a Louisiana thing. Then there's Paradise. I guess these are people that associate with me. I never heard of this one. But there's Kane. He's right there. See Kane. Then there's Paradise. Then there's LSU Vet Med. I don't know why those are appearing. But yeah, I mean, I typed in. Let me take the space out. It's a mystery that I am very interested in solving. But somebody obviously just, I don't know, wants to start some bullshit with somebody else. And most of you know me. I don't start drama with anybody. So it's just some troll that wants to start some crap or get me in trouble for reasons with somebody else that I don't even know or didn't do anything to. But, I mean, that's YouTube for you. But I will say this right now, that was not me. So, I mean, I did leave at least one chat in Ricada's stream, and before that in the Inquisition stream. But those are the only two streams I was watching last night. Anyways, let's go back to chat real quick. Then we'll move on to the next topic. All right. So Dark MatterWolf, GB is one of the two kinds. Yeah, if you see them again, just maybe like at Jackknife and say, this dude's a fake. This is a troll. This is not the real GeauxBurns. Raider, if Raider, you're still in the chat as well, do the same thing next time you see them. But just like at him at the jackknife and say, look, dude, this GeauxBurns is not the real GeauxBurns. This is a troll. I don't know why he's doing this. We don't know who the fuck this person is. Just feel free and just block them. And if I could find their account, I would report them right now because that's supposed to be illegal. You're not supposed to do that on YouTube. But then again, that's just the way it goes. Let's see, Dark MatterWolf. Let's see, GB is one of two kinds. Well, yeah, I'm one of a kind, exactly. Why would anyone else want to be me? Hey, Shotgun, how's it going? We just have a bit of a mystery. Apparently last night, according to two of my viewers, during somebody named Jackknife, and I'm not trying to be mean. There's a lot of content creators and streamers out there, so I don't know everybody who's a content creator and streamer. They happen to be watching this guy's stream, and then somebody posing as me was trying to start beef. So, yeah, it's against the terms of service fat to impersonate an established content creator. So, maybe type GB. I can try that real quick, Brian. Let's do that. Then we're going to get back on the topics. But, like, seriously, like, somebody hates me that much that they're going to just pretend to be me. Get a fucking life. Seriously, get a fucking life. Why are you pretending to be me? Why are you hating on me for? If you don't like me, then that's fine. Like I always tell people, go watch somebody's channel that you do like. Go enjoy somebody's content that you happen to enjoy. Focus on positive energy, not negative. All right, so I couldn't find anybody named GB. I don't know. I mean, GB's not a very uncommon name though. But anyways, I think we're just going to move on. So thanks for bringing this to my attention. Let us move on now. But, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. This happens to a lot of content creators. Somebody, for reasons, want to impersonate them, pretend to be them, start some beef. I guess to try to make that particular content creator look bad. Well, Smithers, I don't try to start shit with other YouTubers. That's how you automatically know it's not me. It's not me. I don't do that sort of thing. And whoever did it is a piece of shit scumbag, and they need to fuck off because it wasn't me. So, I'm just saying that right now. So, I don't know why somebody would want to pretend to be me of all people. I mean, there's plenty bigger YouTubers out there. It's obviously somebody that personally has a grudge against me. And my advice to them, even if they're not going to take it, is to go find content creators you do enjoy and streamers you do enjoy. If you don't like me, just like there's plenty of content creators and streamers I don't like, you know what? I just ignore them. I just focus on streamers and content creators that I enjoy watching. And that's what they should do as well. But at the end of the day, for the final record, before we move on, it was not me. It was not me. And I think most of you that have gotten to know me probably believe me. Hopefully. Does it sound like something I do? Does it sound like something I do? I try not to throw shade at YouTubers whenever I'm live streaming or making content. Unless they're clickbaiters. It could have been the same person, Smithers. Who knows? Maybe they're sad because they got reported by me and others for being a douchebag, and maybe YouTube came on to them. All right, so we're going to move on. This topic is officially done. We're over with it. We're moving on. Unless Jackknife themselves comes into the chat, or if it actually is Jackknife and not a troll, we're moving on. And maybe they're welcome to DM me in private, and we can talk in private. But for the record, it's not me. That's all I can say. It wasn't me. All right, so we're going to talk about some DC now. Some DC comics. All right. So coming, finally, March 18th. Anyone else excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League? Now, I went to go watch the Joss Whedon version of Justice League in theaters. It had its moments, one or two. I wasn't really a fan of it, to be honest. Of course, before that, I wasn't really a fan of Batman v Superman. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Let's focus first on Zack Snyder's Justice League. By the way, we're going to be talking a lot about DC, right? I guess today's theme is DC going forward in the stream. And Zack In Zack Snyder's Justice League, determined to ensure Superman's, Henry Cavill's, ultimate sacrifice was not in vain, Bruce Wayne, Ben Affleck, aligns forces with Diana Prince, Gal Gadot, and plans to recruit a team of metahumans to protect the world from approaching threat of catastrophic proportions. The task proves to be more difficult than Bruce imagined, as each of the recruits must face the demons of their own past to transcend that will be that something that holds them back, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, allowing them to come together, finally forming an unprecedented league of heroes. Now united, Batman, along with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash, may be too late to save the planet from Steppenwolf, Desaad, and Darkseid and their dreadful intentions. Okay, so a lot of you probably have already watched the trailers for this. But at the same time, I am interested in this, and since I am no longer paying for one specific streaming service, I might have to consider watching Zack. Why do I keep saying that? I'll have to keep watching Zack Snyder's Justice League when it comes out on March 18th. It's going to be apparently 4 hours long. I hope it's way better than Joss Whedon's version. Now, the tragedy is one of Zack Snyder's kids ended their life during the shooting of Justice League, and that's why Zack Snyder left the project. Of course, it was an opportunity for the studio executives to throw him under the bus, and then Joss Whedon came in, did some reshoots, and long story short, the original version of the Justice League movie did not turn out so well. But backtracking to Man of Steel, I personally liked Man of Steel. Was it up to the same level as the original Superman movie? I don't know. But, I mean, that's up to you all to decide for yourselves. Henry Cavill, I thought, was a decent Superman. I feel like maybe the tone was a little too dark for Superman, and maybe it should have been lightened up a little bit. Now, when we get to Batman v Superman, and we'll go back to your chat in a minute and see what y'all have to say about this, but when it came to Batman v Superman, I never really liked the idea, even though the movie had yet to come out. I was always more of a fan of the World's Finest, where you would bring Superman and Batman together, but not in an adversarial sort of way. You know, there'd be some friction, you know, some issues. But at the end of the day, they would put aside their differences and they would start working together, Batman and Superman. And I thought that was done rather well in the Superman animated series, you know, along with the Batman animated series, the Justice League animated series. That relationship between Superman and Batman were considerably better than what we got in the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice movie. Because there was just too much going on in that movie, even with the Ultimate Edition, which was a little bit better. It did add a few more interesting things here and there. But my problem with the Batman v Superman movie is the fact that, well, I felt like there were too many cooks in the kitchen. Not just Zack Snyder, but you also had the executives throwing down notes and producers throwing down notes. And in the end, I feel like that they just threw too much, except for maybe even the kitchen sink as well, into Batman v Superman. And that's what people really didn't care for. They didn't care for the fact that they just tried to force this DC universe in order to catch up with the MCU. And that's one thing a lot of people have complained about, the fact that they needed to do a better job pacing the DCEU. You know, introduce Batman. You know, they should have first and foremost did that. Give us a Batman movie with Ben Affleck, then the Wonder Woman movie, and then the Aquaman movie. And then eventually, once they've established these characters, and probably even before this, maybe another Man of Steel movie, and now you have all these characters established, and maybe they're doing little crossovers already, and then you do the Justice League. So you do it like one step at a time, similar to what Kevin Feige and all of them over at the MCU have done over the years, from Iron Man all the way up to Avengers Endgame. A slow process, but a successful formula that worked out quite well for the MCU under Zack Snyder. Kevin Feige. Now, when it comes to the DC universe, it could have been done considerably better, but Warner Brothers, I feel like they have to bear most of the responsibility here for trying to rush this thing and it should not have been rushed. It should have been paced. One movie, one character at a time. Slowly bringing these characters together. Because I feel like Ben Affleck would have been a decent Batman if he would have been given the proper chance. A lot of people loved the first Wonder Woman movie. Wonder Woman 84 wasn't as good. A lot of people liked Aquaman, except for Amber Heard. But if they would have just paced all this and put it together slowly but surely, bringing the pieces together, then eventually you would have had a really nice cinematic universe that could have maybe not been better than the MCU, but it could have at least rivaled the MCU. But now they're just picking up the pieces and they're trying to soft reboot the DCEU or whatever the hell they're calling it now. But anyways, I'm kind of excited about Justice League. I hope it's better. It has to be better than that Josh Whedon disaster that I went to go watch and spend money on a few years ago. But 4 hours. I'm glad that this is going to be on HBO Max, so I'm not going to go to the theaters to watch this. It's too freaking long because I got to pause. I got to take bathroom breaks. Got to get up, stretch my legs a little for that. But let me know if anyone else thinks about Zack Snyder's Justice League as we go into the chat and see what you all have to say about this particular subject and anything revolved around the DCU. By the way, we have some more DCU stories to talk about as well. All right, so where do we leave off? Oh, yeah, Godzilla and Kong. Yeah, Godzilla and Kong is going to be another reason why I'm interested in HBO Max. Absolutely, chat and Dark Matter Wolf. I definitely want to check out Godzilla versus Kong. I liked the first Godzilla movie, the new Godzilla movie that came out. I heard King of the Monsters was not that good, so I never watched it. I really wanted to because it had them all in there. Like, not all of them, but it had King Ghidorah, it had Rodan, it had Mothra in it. But I hear like it was not so good. So I kind of avoided it. But who knows? Maybe Godzilla versus Kong will be good. I don't think that the main villain has been introduced yet. I think that there's a third Titan out there, a third monster, probably Mechazilla. So I think in the end it's going to be more like Batman v Superman. I know that's not a good comparison. So you'll have Godzilla and Kong fighting, but then the realization is there'll be a different villain out there, like Mechazilla. Maybe they're the one causing the problems, and Godzilla's getting the blame for the works of Mechazilla. And then Godzilla and Kong will have to put aside their differences and defeat a common enemy. That's probably the way it's going to go. That's my theory. See, Riley, in short, keep the heroes animated. I disagree, Riley. I think that the MCU has proven that, and there's movies before that, like the Dark Knight trilogy. The first two Dark Knight trilogy films, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, they were really good live action. And a lot of people, including myself, enjoyed Tim Burton's Batman movie when it came out. So, and like I mentioned earlier, the original Superman movie from, was it Richard Donner? Christopher Reeves? The Christopher Reeves Superman movie. So a live action comic book character can be done right on the big screen. It's just that you have to have the right director, you have to have the right writers, somebody passionate about the character and the world that they're writing about. So that's the big issue when it comes to the comic book characters. Now, Bruce Timm and Paul Dini did a fantastic job with the Batman, Superman animated series, as well as Batman Beyond and Justice League and a few others, because they were passionate about it. They were knowledgeable about it, and they brought in writers that were as well. So they were able to do a good job building up, I guess it's the animated verse, the DC animated verse. I guess that's what it's called. Now, they've had a few animated movies that were bombs. They've had some decent animated movies like Mask of the Phantasm, as well as Batman Under the Red Hood. That was pretty good. Batman Beyond Return of the Joker was great. But they've had some bombs as well when it comes to animated movies. So just because it's animated doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good. But that's why I feel like they could have done a much better job with the live-action cinematic DC universe. All right, see, Ramking says, I'm going, okay, see you later, Ramking. Red's here. What's up, Red? How's it going? Hope you're having a good Monday along with everybody else. Brian says, first time I saw Batman versus Superman in theaters, you loved it. Years later, I think it was okay. Ben's here as well. Hey, Ben, how you doing? Good to see you, Ben. Brian says, I don't really care about the Zack Snyder Justice League movie, and that's totally fine. We all have different interests. Obviously, Brian, He voices his opinion about Henry Cavill as Superman. He's not a fan of Henry Cavill as Superman, and once again, that's totally fine. Most people probably agree with you. They probably like Christopher Reeve as Superman, or maybe even Brandon Roth whenever they brought him in as Superman in Superman Returns. And people have a right to their opinion. Or what was it, Tyler? What's his name? He's playing the CW Superman. I heard that a lot of people really enjoyed the first episode of Superman and Lois. I have yet to watch it. I have yet to watch Superman and Lois. I heard it was good though, but it's CW, so I'm kind of concerned. I'm not going to hold my breath because I've been fooled before by CW. Like, first off, Arrow early on was good. Flash early on was good. And, well, the rest is history. But Justice League, I think Justice League, the 4-hour version is obviously going to flesh a lot more stuff out. And hopefully by the time that 4 hours is over, most people that watched it will feel like that was 4 hours well spent. And it'll hopefully be worth people's time. But the question is there really a point other than catering to the fans that really wanted this Zack Snyder cut? So that's a big question. Is this actually going to make a difference? Is this going to make AT&T and Warner Brothers and HBO money? Maybe, possibly. I do like the fact that they're actually listening to the fans, because a lot of people feel like that their voices aren't being heard when it comes to these franchises that we care so much about, like Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, like comics as well, including the DC. All too often it feels like the executives, the suits at the top, don't really seem to care as much about our views, our opinions. And sometimes whenever we get some respect, because we're the consumer, we're the one that pays for these things, whether it's the tickets to the theaters or for the Blu-rays, for the DVDs, or the downloads, right? Buying that download, or buying the merchandise, the t-shirts, the action figures, the posters, all that stuff, the video games. At the end of the day, it does feel like the consumer does get pushed aside, and people get put in these positions that really shouldn't be in charge of these IPs. Dark MatterWolf says, I just want a game where we can make your own Sith Lord. You want your own Sith Lord game? Okay, Dark MatterWolf. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I hope it's good. And maybe, just maybe, if it's successful enough, you may see a resurrection of the DCU characters. Maybe they'll give Ben Affleck another chance as Superman. Maybe eventually Henry Cavill as, Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman. But that may not happen. We're about to go into a different topic that may put the brakes onto that one. The Snyder cuts. Yeah, I'm hoping the fans will enjoy the Snyder cut. Look, personally, I like Zack Snyder. I like 300. I thought it was okay. I love the Watchmen live action movie. I feel like he did as good of a job as you can expect, taking the graphic novel, The Watchmen, and making it a movie. There's some changes he made to it that people disagree with, the more hardcore Watchmen fans, but as somebody that enjoyed the movie, I was okay with for the most part. So I think for what The Watchmen was, to translate that from the graphic novel to the big screen, I thought Zack Snyder did a great job. And when it came to Batman v Superman, like I mentioned, I feel like there was just too many cooks in the kitchen. It was too dark. And at the same time, I would have preferred more of a world's finest angle when it came to Superman and Batman and maybe Wonder Woman. I mean, I like the fact that Gal Gadot did a pretty good job when she was brought in. I don't think it was necessary to bring back Lex Luthor for Batman v Superman just yet. I think that we should have had some Lex Luthor in like a Man of Steel 2. That's when Lex Luthor should have been introduced. I wasn't really a fan of what Eisenberg as Lex. Maybe it's not really his fault. Maybe it's just the direction they went with his character. But I also wasn't really a fan of the idea of bringing in Doomsday so soon. Because the Death of Superman is a popular comic from the 90s. It's one of the more popular Superman comics of all time. The Death of Superman, the infamous fight to the death between Superman and Doomsday. I feel like that is just a prime example of how rushed the DC cinematic universe was. and why we need to hold WB accountable, Warner Brothers, in the hopes that maybe they'll learn from their mistakes. But who the hell knows? Brian says there's rumors that Amber Heard got fired from Aquaman. Yeah, I've been hearing rumors for a while now, Brian, that Emilia Clarke might be taking her place, and I'm okay with that. I love Emilia Clarke. Plus, I know Jason Momoa, Aquaman, he loves Emilia Clarke. Like, not in that way, but he's obviously, ever since Game of Thrones, he's been a very big Emilia Clarke fan, and it would not surprise me, with all the controversy revolved around Amber Heard, that Jason Momoa would have been quietly behind the scenes, like pushing for her to be flushed out of Atlantis and replaced by Emilia Clarke instead. So that does not surprise me. I really do like Emilia Clarke. I think she's not only a good actress, but she seems to come across as a very real person, very likable. And I do wish nothing but the success for Emilia Clarke. And Amber Heard is apparently a psychopath that likes to crap on people's beds and chop off certain actors' fingers. But anyway, so let us move on, shall we? Speaking of Superman, this topic has been quite popular the past, it's been off and on. And this may mean that we may not be getting a future Henry Cavill Superman movie. Then again, this could simply be kind of like an Elseworlds scenario or a different Earth, because there is a multiverse in the DC Comics. There's different Earths. There's Earth Prime, Earth 1. You get the idea. So this is from Deadline, by the way, in case any of you are interested. We're going to talk about a Superman reboot in the works at Warner Brothers. And Tahishi, if I mispronounce his name, I do apologize. Coates is writing it. And J.J. Abrams is going to be producing it. So he's not going to be directing it, J.J. Abrams, but I'm sure his company, Bad Robot, will be behind it. See, Seth says, I love Emilia Clarke too. She's awesome. Yeah, she was awesome in Game of Thrones. So automatically, I'm concerned. This is what I'm concerned about. That concerns me. Here's somebody that likes to go into a franchise and reboot it and wreck it in the process. From Star Trek to Star Wars, now he has his eyes set on the DC verse, specifically Superman. So if I have a concern, it's this chap right here. A decent director, not the greatest director of all time, but let's just say he has a very interesting track record, along with his company, Bad Robot and Secret Hideout. See, Deadline has confirmed that the author Coates is writing a Superman reboot featured for Warner Brothers and DC, which J.J. Abrams is producing under his Bad Robot label. Let's see, Hannah will serve as a producer. No plot yet or attachments, despite the fact that we've heard that Henry Cavill is eager to get back into the Cape. So, is it possible that Henry Cavill might still be Superman? Maybe, maybe not. Coates is attached to Ryan Coogler, directed drama featuring Wrong Answer, about a math teacher in Atlanta who is scandalized when he looks to get funding for his school by altering his students' test scores. Yeah, that's not good. Not a good idea there. You don't want to do that because that could get you in trouble. Michael B. Jordan is attached to Wrong Answer. So Michael B. Jordan, they should actually put Michael B. Jordan because there's two Michael Jordans. Michael Jordan, the legendary basketball player, and then Michael B. Jordan, the actor. So that's a snafu by the writer of this article. As the national correspondent for The Atlantic, Coates covered cultural, social, political issues, specifically that of African Americans and white supremacy. His 2014 cover story for the publication of Case Reparations, well, we're already off to a great start with this guy, started the national conversation on the subject. Okay, so let's just focus on the comic book aspect. So Coates did write, Black Panther and Captain America series. Okay, so focusing on this specifically, despite his political points of view. So that's where I want to focus, is on Coates' political point of views. No, his comic point of view. Sorry. So he does have experience writing comics for both Black Panther as well as Captain America. So that does give him a little bit of cred, so to speak. I like to try and put somebody's political opinions aside when it comes to this specific issue. But unfortunately, as we have noticed throughout time and time again, those political views and opinions find their way into scripts. I wish they wouldn't, but they do. He also got a special thanks credit in Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and Black Panther. Okay, cool. Abrams has a big $500 million deal over at Warner Media, which he closed in September 2019. So J.J. Abrams has a pretty big deal with Warner Media, not just for the Superman reboot with Michael B. Jordan, but also probably with some other characters within the DC verse as well. Whether or not it works out remains to be seen. Let's see, as a Deadline first told us in 2020 of January last year, Bad Robot and Warner are developing the Justice League Dark universe. So they're also working on Justice League Dark, which is quite interesting. Doesn't really feel like something that would be in J.J. Abrams' wheelhouse, though. So I'm kind of concerned about that. See, it first appeared, September 2011. The animated Justice League Dark was decent. It also had Matt Ryan reprising the role of Constantine. Yeah, I like him as Constantine. I think he's a pretty good Constantine. Like, it's unfortunate that the shows that get renewed, like Batwoman, for example, which are trash, and then there's good shows out there like Constantine that get canceled after only a season, because I really did enjoy the first season of Constantine. I'm glad that CW brought Matt Ryan back to reprise his role as Constantine, first in Arrow and then in Legends of Tomorrow, but still, I felt like he deserved his own show. Let's see. So it features superheroes mostly, the occult offbeat Constantine, Mystic, Fortune Teller, Madame Xanadu, Deadman, Shade, Changing Man, Zatanna. The roster is much larger, members joining on later, like Swamp Thing being added to issue 19. Given their powers, they typically handled situations outside of the scope of the traditional Justice League, which included Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and The Flash. So it's a different group of, it's a subgroup of the Justice League Dark. So that's one of the projects that J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot is going to be working on with that $500 million deal with Warner Media. Between him and his company, Bad Reboot. Bad Robot. Was the pun intended? You decide. So, the rumor is Michael B. Jordan might be Superman in the reboot, but Michael B. Jordan has stated in an interview that he's not going to be Clark Kent's Superman. He's going to be a different Superman because, as we pointed out already, there's kind of a multiverse, different worlds that exist within DCU, including different Superman. So the rumor is that Michael B. Jordan will actually end up being Calvin Ellis, not Clark Kent. So he's from a different Earth. So a completely different Superman, which is totally fine. Let's see, he's going to be a Superman, a Kryptonian president of the United States on a different Earth in the multiverse. On his Earth, he becomes Superman in addition to being president. It's likely he's native to the Vothlo Island due to his reference to the world Vothlo. He operates from the White House where Brainiac serves as his personal computer. Gee, Brainiac is your personal computer. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe this is one of the good Brainiacs. You can only hope, right? So this is potentially the version of Superman that Michael B. Jordan might be playing as if, in fact, Michael B. Jordan ends up being Superman. So he won't be Clark Kent's Superman. He'll be a completely different Superman. It's okay to do this. I think it's fine, especially if they establish that this is an Elseworld Superman, a completely different story, kind of like the Red Sun Superman, which was born in the Soviet Union instead of America. There's some definitely interesting Elseworld stories out there regarding numerous characters in the DC, such as Superman, Batman, etc. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this version of Superman pans out. I do have some concerns with J.J. Abrams producing it, as well as the writer Coates. And he obviously has a political opinion, and everyone has a right to their political opinion. But I will say this, he does have experience with comics, so that's what I will try to gauge the writer on until the final product comes out. So anyways, that is, I guess that's the information we have regarding the potential Superman reboot, which could end up starring Michael B. Jordan, written by Coates. So your thoughts, your views, your opinions regarding a potential reboot of Superman. Do you think that they should just stick with Henry Cavill going forward? Do you think that the Superman reboot is a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know in the chat. See, Brian says J.J. Abrams is only the producer. Yes, you are correct, Brian. He is only the producer. And you have to hope that he'll bring on board a director that's obviously very good and passionate about this specific project. So we'll see how it goes. Brian says, I saw a YouTuber talk to the writer of the Superman movie. He says Black Panther run was okay. Okay. I see JDR says, yeah, JDR, this is the GB cast. We have brought back the GB cast. We'll be talking about lots of different topics on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, noon Central, 6 p.m. UK. Gaming news, comics, TV shows, movies, etc. JDR says, wasn't Superman an alien? Yes, well, yeah, he's a Kryptonian. So, I mean, he's already an alien, so it doesn't matter which version of Superman we're going with. I guess the prime Superman, which is Kal-El, a.k.a. Clark Kent, or Calvin Ellis, or another variation of Superman entirely. And I think I just accidentally I closed another article we were going to go over. I do apologize about that. But I appreciate you all being here. I hope you guys are enjoying this reboot of the GB cast. See, okay, so that's what I wanted. So that article. All right, I think these are the ones. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I brought it back up. So that'll be the next topic we're going to go into in a moment. See, where do we leave off? Cavill has the jaw of Superman. I feel like Cavill is a decent Superman. My issue is, even though I did like Man of Steel, I felt like it was a little too dark, and Batman v Superman, as we talked about a moment ago, was extremely dark. And I mentioned my issues regarding Batman v Superman a moment ago. But I do like the idea of Henry Cavill still being Superman, and maybe them bringing on a writer that's really passionate about Superman and wanting to lighten up Superman into more of an optimistic view, where Superman is supposed to be, not so dark, hopeful, the beacon of humanity that we're supposed to all aspire towards. Just like, his father says, Jor-El says, they are great people, Kal-El. They only lack the light to show them the way. That's my vision of Superman. The light that's showing humanity the way, right? Well, that's how I feel about Superman. Ben says, it's a different Superman. Exactly. It's a completely different Superman. So you could, with all these shows and movies now that are putting out different variations of characters, like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and then they're also bringing back Jared Leto's Joker and the Zack Snyder 4-hour cut. So his Joker's there. You have the ability to have multiple versions of Superman. That's totally fine, as long as you establish the fact that this is a completely different Superman. So Michael B. Jordan could be a different Superman than Henry Cavill. Even though Henry Cavill is the primary Superman, Michael B. Jordan happens to be in like a one-off, different Earth version of Superman, and that'd be quite interesting, quite fascinating. Let's see, JDR. I used to love how he was unrecognizable with his glasses on. Yeah, that was always the running joke, wasn't it, JDR? And I always felt like that it was very similar to Doctor Who with the TARDIS, where the TARDIS has like a perception filter where people they don't really think much about it when they walk by this blue box. And so when he puts on the glasses, maybe there's some sort of Kryptonian technology that keeps people from connecting the dots, like people that work with him in the Daily Planet, like Lois and the others, like Jimmy and Perry, etc. And they just walk by Clark Kent with the glasses on, and they never really connect the dots. Even though some of them have encountered Superman face to face, they just can't tell that he is the same guy. I'm guessing. I think somebody's explained it in comics before. So my theory is it has to do with probably Kryptonian technology in his glasses that gives out this perception filter where the average person would never be able to say, wait a minute, you look like Superman. I know you're wearing a suit. I know you're acting clumsy. And I know you're wearing them glasses, but you look like Superman. So I think that's a good way to explain it away, I suppose. Let's see who else is here. See, welcome back, Whipping Boss. Welcome back. Paradise Gamer. Yes, Paradise Gamer. Hello, Terminator. Yes, we are doing the GB cast. Yes, we are. We are back with the GB cast. And we're going to move on to our next topic. So, we've had a few Batmans, like Michael Keaton. We've had Val Kilmer, George Clooney. Don't get me started on that. And then, of course, my favorite live action Batman was Christian Bale. And then, of course, we've had Batfleck, Ben Affleck, from Batman v Superman, and the Justice League Snyder cut coming in a few weeks from now. But we have another Batman coming in live action. Some of you might be aware of him, Mr. Robert Pattinson. Now, what we're about to talk about is a rumor. It may not happen. It may just be a bunch of BS, maybe a bunch of gossip and nonsense. So we will see if this is true or not. I have two different articles that we're going to go over, by the way. Damn it, I'm going to get better at this, I promise. Let's see. Karunzi, what's up, Karunzi? That's right. We have brought back the GB cast. It's not a surprise. I was promoting it. I've been promoting it. It's not really a surprise, Karunzi, but hello, Karunzi. Okay, so a little steamy behind-the-scenes action may or may not have occurred between Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz. Now, this sort of thing does happen in movies and TV shows, right? Where an actor and actress, they meet, they're spending time together, they develop some chemistry, things happen. Now, this may be true, this may not be true. I have two separate articles we'll go over. And then you can let me know if you think this is legit or not. So for the most part, I've been intrigued by the Matt Reeves Batman movie because I think he's a good director. And from what I've seen, it looks like it has promise to be good. And apparently Robert Pattinson is a decent actor, even though I do feel like he should do a better job bulking up for the role. I mean, that's just a personal choice. I don't know. I mean, that's between him and the director. And it's still possible that he may turn out to be a good Bruce Wayne and a good Batman. We'll have to wait and see. All right, so let's get into this article. Then we'll go over your opinions, your thoughts. Let's see, Sinister. What's up, Sinister? How you doing? Good to see you, Sinister. Okay, so Robert Pattinson got allegedly, big fat allegedly. But did I say hi to you, G? Hi, you, G. I think I said hi to you. Hello, you, G. Anyways, so apparently, allegedly, may or not be. Maybe bullshit. Maybe lies. Maybe fake news, as they say. So let me close that. Apparently, Robert Pattinson and Zoe have been secretly dating since they met on the set of The Batman, and apparently she might be pregnant. It's a rumor, once again. A rumor. A new rumor has landed online regarding Robert Pattinson getting Zoe pregnant while having sex on the Batmobile during the filming of The Batman has taken Twitter by storm. This will be hilarious if true. If the rumor was posted by 4chan. Now look, some stuff that comes out of 4chan is true. Some of it is not true. So just bear that in mind. Now, when it comes to people's personal interactions, like this is really at the end of the day the personal between Robert and Zoe. That's between them. Right? They have a right if they've met up and they develop chemistry and affection for each other and they're secretly dating, then that's between them. That's a personal thing, so I don't have any beef with that. Dark MatterWolf. Okay, see you later, Dark MatterWolf. But here's the rumors about allegedly the Batman being in big trouble. So this is the rumor. Once again, take it with a grain of salt. See, I'm working on the set of Batman, so in about a week or so, all the media will go after him for what he and Zoe did on the set of the Batman last week. Me and a lot of the workers with Matt Reeves. By the way, Matt Reeves is the director, and I think Matt Reeves is a very good director, and it's one of the reasons why I am optimistic about the Batman movie, even though apparently Robert Pattinson was not his first pick to be Batman. Apparently, Matt caught Robert and Zoe getting it on the Batmobile, quite literally. It's probably one of the worst things I ever saw in my career now. Unless you had like a video camera, watching it. Okay, anyways, continuing. Okay, let's see. Matt was so furious he interrupted them. He wouldn't even let them finish. Matt, come on, don't be an asshole. Let them finish first. I don't know. You're in Matt's situation, right? It's late at night. Everyone else has gone home. You hear the Batmobile making noises, right? You're like, what the hell's going on over there? And all of a sudden, you see your two lead actors, Robert and Zoe, going at it on top of the Batmobile. Do you interrupt them? Let them finish? Or do you stand there watching like a perv? What would you do? and then have a conversation with them. I don't know. I guess I would walk away, and then I'd bring them both into my office the next day, and then we'd sit down and have a little chat about not having sex on the Batmobile. That's probably how I would do it. Anyway, so Matt was furious. He interrupted him. That's not all. Apparently, Zoe took a pregnancy test. She is pregnant, apparently. And everyone believes that it is Pattinson. Since October, Robert and Zoe started dating in secret. We all know about it. We saw them together after work. She recently divorced her husband. I'm pretty disgusted by their act, but both her and Pattinson, all I know is that Reeves is so furious he may not do Batman 2 or 3. He planned to. He's going to maybe let someone else direct. He literally told, this is also rumor mill. This may or may not be true. So you're the most entitled narcissistic actor I've ever worked with. You go back to work. We finish filming in March, and then we are done. I don't want to ever work with you after this film. He even said he refuses to do reshoots after they will be needed. I don't know what they're going to do, but try to keep the situation on a leash before the media makes it official. So it may turn out to be true. It may not turn out to be true. It may turn out to be completely BS. So there's been some problems reported by 4chan. Once again, it's 4chan, so take it as you will. Batman problems with Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves. By the way, if you want to check out this article, it's from comicbook.news. Comicbook.news. Gonna give them a plug real quick. Screenshot of the 4chan post, liked, retweeted hundreds of times on Twitter. Well, that's a place to go by, right? Twitter. Fans discuss the possibility, whether it's true, follows earlier rumors that offer to have problems on the set of the Batman, including Pattinson and Reeves. Apparently, they've had some beef, but allegedly, it may or may not be true. So that's from the Cosmic Book News website. Once again, cosmicbook.news. Once again, cosmicbook.news. So we have another article, and this came up whenever I was Googling. Doing the Googles. So this one kind of paints a different story. It goes over the same information, but it goes from a different point of view. It basically believes that the rumors regarding Robert and Zoe being caught having sex on the Batmobile are utter rubbish from smallscreen.uk. So this is from UK, obviously, because rubbish is garbage in the UK. I'll say this isn't really a story that they wanted to research and write, but they've been forced to because of how much traction the rumor's been getting on the internet. So there have been rumors that Robert and Zoe were reportedly caught having sex on the set of the Batmobile. They don't mention that part, but that's the rumor. There's rumors that Zoe is now pregnant with Robert's child. This writer wanted to get to the bottom of it, find out where all the rumors came from, and whether it's true or not. It's something that I would normally not do here on small screen. It's actually something, well, I wish you would just get to the gist of it. See, what was the rumor claiming came from? Yeah, well, from 4chan. Yeah, 4chan, questionable. You know, sometimes legit information comes out of 4chan, sometimes no. All right, so let's see any other information. Well, I mean, you say this reads like somebody's sexual fantasy, but this has happened before. This happens more times than you think on the sets of TV shows and movies. It just happens. Okay, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that Robert and Zoe, which have been probably working pretty close together on the set of the Batman, developed some chemistry, and one thing led to the other. So it's very possible. Let's see, this person actually met Zoe, interviewed her for Divergent Films years back, but that was, we're not putting her character into question whether or not she's a lovely person. Maybe she is a lovely person. It doesn't change the fact of the possibility that she may or may not be dating Robert Pattinson in secret. So, and of course they bring up 4chan. So a lot of this is their opinion, but then this happens. All right, this didn't happen. It's other rubbish spread by some guy on the internet. So now the writer gets to some important information. They actually get to allegedly some people that were working on the Batman project. So this is the important information here. One person said this didn't happen. It's other rubbish spread by some guy on the internet, allegedly. No, do not believe the rumors. All the stuff about there being issues on set are not true. Rob and Zoe were not caught having sex on the Batmobile. Also, there's no issues between Rob and Matt. They have their differences on certain things, but it's all creative stuff about the character, and they are getting along. See, what I can say is that there's no truth to these rumors, since a lot of YouTubers and people on the internet have something against the film. Don't know why, but they love making up and spreading these rumors. This Rob and Zoe one is the most innovative yet. So it is possible that this information is legit, this is the truth, or this is simply PR spin trying to deflect the information regarding the possibility of Robert and Zoe getting it on the Batmobile, getting caught by Matt Reeves, and Zoe being pregnant. Not because of the Batmobile, probably prior to the Batmobile, but anyways. So yeah, interesting topic. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's true? Do y'all think it's BS? I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was a fascinating topic. It's something that they're talking about out there on the internets. Whether or not it's true, I really don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's true? Let's see what y'all have to say. Let's see, Karunzi says, sex on the Batmobile? OMG, that sounds a bit far-fetched. Yeah, it does. It does. I will give you that. It does sound like... it sounds like a prawn, doesn't it? It sounds like a prawn scene. Like prawns, they like to take a TV show or a movie, and then they turn it into like an adult version. Like, thanks for saving me, Batman. You're welcome, Catwoman. Geez, have you ever done it on the Batmobile before? No, I don't think I have. I think we should. That's what it does kind of sound like. When you think about it, like that's like your knee-jerk reaction. Like, you could see them doing it like in the trailer, right? They go back to one of their trailers and they're getting it on after some shooting all day, or maybe in between takes. You can see that happening. Are they meeting up at a hotel or an Airbnb? But I guess they just look, if they wanted to get it on the Batmobile, then hey, I give them props. I give them props for living dangerously, right? Because hey, you never know. I mean, just because you think everybody went home that day or that night, it doesn't mean that there isn't at least one, person that works on the set, like somebody in the background, an extra, or somebody that's a camera person, or like one of the prop people, or somebody that does the boom, the mic. I mean, anyone could still be on the set. The janitor could still be on the set, cleaning the place up, right? Maybe they're going to do a little extra cleaning after Robert and Zoe are done on the Batmobile. But anyways, I see Ugiala says, if I saw that, I would just walk away. You would ask if they use protection. Look, I mean, as a director, yeah, you don't want them doing the deed on the props. And I'm sure that the Batmobile probably was expensive for whoever they had build the Batmobile. It probably was a few bucks, probably, several $100,000 for the Batmobile. It looks like a muscle car, but it looks pretty sweet. So you probably want to take very good care of your props, especially the props you have spent a lot of money on having built. So that would be a concern. But like I mentioned a moment ago, I mean, if I was Matt Reeves in this situation, and we're all different, if I happen to glance over at the Batmobile walking out, I hear a noise, like I hear, noises that you hear, and the Batmobile maybe making some bouncy noises, and you see them. I don't know. I mean, it just really depends on how mad you are at them, right? I think I wouldn't interrupt them. I'd probably walk off. And then, like I said a moment ago, I would just simply just have them both come to my office the next day. And then we'd sit down and I'd be like, look, okay, I get it. You two are seeing each other in private. Totally fine. As long as you keep it professional when we're filming and not having sex on the Batmobile. You want to do it in your trailer? Fine. You want to do it in a hotel room? Fine. You want to do it at an Airbnb? Fine. But not on the Batmobile. That'd probably be the end of the conversation. See, Ugiala says, honestly, 4chan, there's two sides of the same coin. Exactly. So sometimes legitimate information comes out of 4chan. a lot of times it's BS and rumors. So it could go either way. It could be BS. It could be true. It could be false. It could be anywhere in between. Corinzi says it sounds like a trashy news story. Yeah, it does. It does. Brian says that they think it's BS. Randy's here. What's up, Randy? How's it going? Hello, Barry. How you doing, Barry? So, yeah, look, I don't have a problem with celebrities dating, like Zoe, Robert. That's fine. And I honestly hope that Robert turns out to be a good Bruce Wayne and a good Batman. And I hope that Jeffrey Wright ends up being a good Gordon. I hope that, Andy Serkis ends up being a very good Alfred. I like the fact that Andy Serkis is playing something a little different than a villain and not a CGI character like Gollum or Caesar, even though he did great as both. I like the idea of him being Alfred because that gives the actor a chance, because he's a great actor, Andy Serkis. It gives him a chance to do something a little different. And you also have what Colin Farrell playing the Penguin, and like he doesn't even look like Colin Farrell. He's like got all this makeup on. And then they're actually bringing the Riddler, a serious Riddler, not the freaking Jim Carrey version of the Riddler, which was a joke, literally. Well, so was Tommy Lee Jones's version of Two-Face. That was a joke too. Billy D. Williams should have been Two-Face because he played Harvey Dent in the Tim Burton movie. So he was supposed to be Two-Face whenever they finally got around to turning Harvey Dent into Two-Face. But going back to the Matt Reeves Batman movie, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I hope it turns out to be good. It is unfortunate that Ben Affleck kind of got screwed over by the way that Batman v Superman went down, as well as the Whedon version of Justice League. Maybe the Zack Snyder 4-hour recut of Justice League will do him justice, so to speak. Ba-dum-bum. So hopefully that'll prove to be popular. I hope it's good. It's a 4-hour movie. I'm going to watch it when it comes out in a few weeks, and maybe it'll spark renewed interest, right? And Ben Affleck's version of Batman and Henry Cavill's version of Superman, and give Gal Gadot another chance as Wonder Woman. Even though Wonder Woman 84 bombed, I still think she's a really good Wonder Woman. And I think that Henry Cavill's a great Superman. And I think he's a great actor. And in fact, Brian, a moment ago, even though Brian doesn't like him as Superman, he still likes Henry Cavill as Geralt from the Witcher series. Hopefully the second season of The Witcher will be good. Hopefully. Randy says, I just finished watching The Godfather today. The original Godfather? Yeah, the original Godfather is really good, Randy, and so is Godfather 2. There's also a recut. There was a recut of Godfather 3. Like the director went back, Francis Ford Coppola went back and recut Godfather 3. I don't know if it's any better, but yeah, Godfather 3 was not as good. Randy says Heath Ledger is the best Joker. I would say he's the best live action Joker. Somebody mentioned Mark Hamill a moment ago in the chat. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Which one of you mentioned Mark Hamill? Because I would agree with you. See, Brian says Henry Cavill is a good Witcher. I agree. But anyways, I agree with whoever made that comment about Mark Hamill being a very, very good Joker in the animated series. And, of course, the Batman Arkham games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. He was great as the Joker in Batman animated series as well, and some of the animated movies he was in. But live action, I have to agree with you, Randy. Heath Ledger is my favorite live action Joker. Captain Nat, what's up, Captain Nat? How's it going? I mean, when it comes to Jack Nicholson, let's just be honest. Even though I enjoyed Tim Burton's Batman movie when it came out when I was a kid, I like the fact they were going with the Dark Knight angle of Batman instead of like the campy 80s Adam West Batman. I've never really... I watched those when I was a kid because my granny would let me watch those as reruns. But at the end of the day, I prefer the Dark Knight angle of Batman better. And thanks to Tim Burton, that's what became more popular from the Tim Burton Batman movie. Eventually that led to the animated series and so on. So UG Outlaw, when it comes to talking about The Witcher, sign me up. Okay, UG. The GB Cast is a show I brought back, Kari, where I cover a lot of topics like gaming news, as well as TV shows, movies, comics, etc. And we're going to be doing it 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Central. So if you look forward to more episodes, feel free and leave a like. And we also have a room in the GBcast, in the Discord for GBcast, for you to leave topics for future episodes to go over. But let's see, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, we were talking about Batman, because I'm obviously a huge Batman fan. But when it comes to the Matt Reeves Batman, I think that it'll be good. I like the fact that if we go by the trailer, which was really, really good, that this Batman is established, so they're not doing the origin story again. And that's something that I feel is tiresome. Been there, done that. Most of your average moviegoers that are comic fans know Batman's story. You know, his parents were killed, and he grew up raised by Alfred, and he sought purpose and meaning to his life, and he wanted to, make sure that this never happened again to anybody, to other people's parents. And so he went on this journey, right, to become Batman. Yes, I do like X-Men. Eventually we'll do some X-Men talk as well. I do like the MCU. I do like X-Men. But today we've been talking a lot about DC. Hi, Kari. See, Randy says Christian Bale is one of the best Batman actors. Yeah, I mean, Christian Bale is my favorite live-action Batman. He just did a good job as both Bruce Wayne and Batman. And that's something that is difficult to do because you're basically playing two characters. You're playing Bruce Wayne, this billionaire playboy, but then you're also having to connect that character to Batman. And I thought Christian Bale did a great job as that. See, Captain Nat says, I've got some great news today. My son had an operation to remove the brain tumor. It was a success. They got all they were waiting for the results on the test on the tumor, but that's one step at a time. Well, that is really, really good news. I'm very happy for you, Captain Nat. I hope that is a step in the right direction for your son's recovery. That's awesome news. It's good to have some good news to start off the month with. But yeah, like you said, it's one step at a time. Let's see, Space Monkey's here. What's up, Space Monkey? How's it going? UG Outlaw. Yeah, the X-Men 90s cartoons were great. I have the entire 90s X-Men cartoon on DVD. I also have Batman animated series, Superman animated series. Between the two, yeah, I got to go with Batman. I got to go Batman between X-Men. I'm more of a Batman fan. I've always been a Batman fan. See, Crunzi says, I still love the first Tim Burton Batman. Fond memories. Me too. Me too. It's not my favorite anymore, but I respect it for what it was at the time. And Michael Keaton, I mean, he was more well known for crazier roles prior to him being cast as Bruce Wayne in Batman. Like, for example, Beetlejuice. I loved him as Beetlejuice, by the way. I guess we're never going to get a sequel to Beetlejuice. I'm sad. But I thought he did a decent job. And I'm not trying to throw shade at Adam West. I mean, for the time, he did a good job as Batman. I felt like there was considerable harm done to Robin, even though what the actor was Fred Ward. Fred Ward he was just an actor. He was just doing the best he could of Robin. But unfortunately, a lot of fun was made at Robin's expense thanks to the 60s Batman. And it took a few decades for Robin to be seen as a little bit more serious. Now, you don't want to make Robin too dark because that's just nothing more than a clone of Batman. Because Robin, especially Dick Grayson's version of Robin, is light. He's a lighter character than Batman. But you don't want to make him ridiculously like, holy smokes, Batman, holy Toledo, Batman. That's a little too campy, a little too 60s. You got to find some sort of happy medium. I thought they did a really good job of that in the Batman animated series with the animated version of Dick Grayson. And I do like the fact that they've gone further with this character over the years, going from the first Robin to eventually becoming Nightwing when he decides to go it alone, go it solo. He's finally gotten out of Bat's shadows and doing his own thing. So, yeah, I feel like that Dick Grayson's Robin has come a long ways since the 60s version. Yeah. See, Hikari says, I'm sure you watched the Justice League. Yeah, We talked about that a moment ago, Hikari. So I am looking forward to the Zack Snyder 4-hour cut. Hopefully it's better than Josh Whedon's version. Here's hoping. See where we leave off. Let's see, Randy, if you all could cast an actor in Batman, who would you cast? That is a tough question, Randy. Who would I want to cast? Who's a good actor out right now? Man, it is still my hope that the Batman movie turns out to be good, and I hope, like, Robert Pattinson has done some good stuff. Like, a lot of people praise him in The Lighthouse and some other movies as well, so I hope that he does a good job. But if I was a director and I could cast anybody as Batman, that's something I'll have to think about. Let's see, Captain Nat, Tom Hardy as Venom, and Eddie Brock just needs a good script. Well, there is a new Venom being worked on right now, Captain Nat. But, yeah, I don't think Tom Hardy would be Batman because he played Bane. So you have that, he was already in the Batman verse as Bane, and I liked his version of Bane. It was difficult sometimes to understand him, but at the same time, I thought he was decent. See, Karunzi says, I really like Tom Hardy, but Venom is... Well, I don't think that's his fault, though, Karunzi. I think that's the writer's fault. I feel like when Venom was on set, like when you had Venom there, I thought Venom was pretty decent. But the story itself around the movie, the writing could have been way better. But here's hoping they learn their lessons, and the next Venom movie is much better than the first one. So that there's always an opportunity of things working out for Tom Hardy's version of Eddie Brock and Venom. I thought he did an okay job, though. There were definitely good scenes. Tobey Maguire's Batman. Now, see, Randy, I think the problem comes up again where you have Tobey Maguire is established as Spider-Man. And there's rumors that he might be coming back along with Tom Holland in a new Spider-Man movie. What is the rumored title? No Way From Home? Let me look at that real quick. I guess we can do a little MC news before we call it a day. Spider-Man, what was it? No Way Home? Is that it? I think it's No Way Home. Let me look. I don't know. Is that actually true? Is that actually going to be the name of the new Spider-Man movie? Let me look. I think it might actually be the name of the movie. Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's okay. So it is. Okay, so it is. Okay. So this is at Marvel.com. So we're going to talk about this as well. And that's one thing I like about doing the GB cast and interacting with you all is that sometimes we bring up topics that you all want to talk about, which is totally fine. All right. So let's talk about this as we segue into some Spider-Man. Because I do like Spider-Man. I guess, Spider-Man was kind of my introduction into Marvel because of the old Spider-Man cartoon, Spider-Man, from back in the day. And then slowly I became more interested in Marvel, like the X-Men, and then eventually, thanks to the MCU, Iron Man, Captain America. But as I've already mentioned, I first and foremost, I guess, will always be a DC fan. But I'm not really about rivalries. I see good stuff from both Marvel and DC. I want them both to be good. I want them both to be entertaining. But let's read this article from Marvel.com. So this is official. Spider-Man No Way Home premieres December 2021. So it's actually coming out this December. Okay. Amazing. Due to some confusion between the three Spider-Man stars and their uncoordinated attempt at a title reveal, we now have an answer to what's the new Spider-Man movie called? And it's Spider-Man No Way Home. So they want to keep with that, the whole home thing, right? Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and now Spider-Man No Way Home. All right, so where do we leave off? So there's a lot of cutscenes. But there's a lot of rumors about what this is going. It's going to have Tom Holland, Zendaya, Battalion, obviously reprising their roles from the previous Spider-Man movies. But there is rumors that there's going to be other characters that are going to come in. perhaps even like a multiverse of sorts. And maybe, I think that Charlie Cox, Daredevil, has rumored to be part of the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. So they're bringing in Daredevil from the Netflix Marvel series. I hope that they do reboot, well, maybe a soft reboot of the Marvel Netflix series and bring back most of the actors and actresses that played those characters. So that could happen. I definitely would like to see Charlie Cox continue to play as Daredevil, whether on the big screen or the small screen, as well as John playing the Punisher. I thought he was great as the Punisher. And a few of the other actors and actresses as well. So I guess Spider-Man No Way Home is the official title of the next Spider-Man movie. Once again, supposed to come out this December. That's crazy. It's crazy it's coming out this December. That surprises me. You think it'd be like 2022. But that's what it says. It says premieres in December 2021. So I guess they're a long ways into the shooting. Hell, the shooting may already be done. They may be just doing like CGI and production right now and editing and stuff. So, yeah, that's an interesting topic. I guess we'll find out more information about that going forward in the future when it comes to the third Spider-Man movie with the third Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, No Way Home. All right, let's catch up with chat. You haven't really gotten to the Marvel Universe Spider-Monkey? Yeah, I mean, Space Monkey. Some people are not into it. No, Fat, I'm not singing. It's not happening. See, Karunzi says, I know it's got nothing to do with Tom Holland. The movie itself was weak. Yeah, Venom movie was pretty weak. I mean, Tom Hardy is a great actor. He did the best he could with the material he was given. But Randy, I don't think Tobey Maguire is going to be Batman. I mean, there's like I said, there's rumors that it's possible that you may see him and Andy Garfield reprise their versions of Spider-Man in this Spider-Man No Way Home movie. So it might be like a Spider-Verse movie. Which is interesting because there already was a Spider-Verse animated movie that was quite successful. Brian says there's rumors Spider-Man 3 real villain will be Scarlet Witch. I don't know if that's true because, well, I mean, WandaVision is focusing on Wanda, a.k.a. the Scarlet Witch. So at the same time, I don't know if they're going to make her a villain. I mean, I do know what's happened in the last few episodes of WandaVision, even though I was watching until I canceled my Disney Plus. But I have kept track of it. So I don't know if they're going to make Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Scarlet Witch an actual villain. So I don't think that's going to happen, Brian. I mean, is it possible we might see Wanda in the new Spider-Man movie? It's possible. It's quite possible. But doesn't mean it'll actually happen. All right, Captain Nat says Tom Holland is good, but I hate the suit so far as Iron Man Jr. Yeah, but I mean, isn't that suit based off one of the actual Spider-Man suits from the comics, the Iron Spider-Man suit? So that's actually a thing. Ramking, welcome back, Ramking. Randy says MCU definitely needs Robert Downey Jr. Well, I feel like Robert Downey Jr.'s time with the MCU is officially over without spoiling Endgame. I feel like Robert Downey Jr. I mean, it's possible that they could bring back Robert Downey Jr. in like a multiverse version of Iron Man, say like in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness movie, which once again is also supposed to have Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda, in the new Doctor Strange movie. So that's a very real possibility. But the bug kind of slowed a lot of this stuff down. And I was enjoying WandaVision, but there's just certain things that I have to take a stand on. And I've already voiced my grievances about what was done to Gina Carano. And I'm not happy about that. And there's definitely been tweets and stuff sent out by other Lucasfilm employees like Pedro Pascal, as well as Pablo Hidalgo and the host of High Republic. They have also posted some pretty spicy things. Have they gotten fired? No, they haven't. In my opinion, Gina Carano did not deserve to be fired. She did not deserve to be canceled. And Rosario Dawson definitely doesn't deserve to be fired or canceled. So I hope that doesn't happen either. The only one that really does deserve to be fired is Kathleen Kennedy, but I think we'll save that for future GB cast because I would like to do like a entire series on why I think Kathleen Kennedy needs to be fired, and maybe most of her cite most of the cases as to why she needs to go, as in like retiring, being fired, wandering off into the sunset. All right, where do we leave off? Karenzi says Spider-Man's definitely your favorite character, especially Peter Parker. Okay, cool. I see Kari says GB will be great for CinemaSins. No, there's already a dude that does CinemaSins, and that's his thing. I see Karenzi says I would really like them to try out a dark version of the Spider-Man based in the... Yeah, I picked up the very first copy of 2099 Spider-Man when it came out years ago. I wish I still had it. I did like the direction they were going with it. I feel like it was inspired because I think Batman Beyond came out before Spider-Man 2099, I think. I could be wrong about that. But future Spider-Man, just like a future Batman. I would love a Batman Beyond movie. I enjoyed Batman Beyond. I think Terry McGinnis was great. And it's funny because at the time, I remember a lot of people hating on Batman Beyond. But over the years, the Batman Beyond fan base has grown, and a lot more people like Terry McGinnis and Batman Beyond and the characters that were introduced in Batman Beyond now than back in the day. So I would very much like a Batman Beyond movie, and maybe a series, maybe a new Batman Beyond series. That'd be fantastic. And I always thought that Max would eventually become like the new Robin. I always felt like she was going to become Robin. Like that was like the direction they were going to take Maxine. I don't think they were going to make her like a Batgirl Beyond, but I always felt like that she was going to become the next Robin in the Batman Beyond verse. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I always felt like that was kind of the direction they were going to take her character. Space Monkey, yeah, is Family Guy on Disney Plus? Are you sure about that? I know Simpsons are on Disney Plus. I don't know Space Monkey. I'm not really a Family Guy fan. I'm more of a South Park fan. By the way, South Park, hey, you know what? That's a good one. That's a good topic because they have a new South Park special coming out I would like to talk about. Let's do that. Let's talk about some South Park. Y'all like South Park? It's a TV show. Some of you may have heard of it. I've been a fan since I was a wee lad back in the day. Let me bring up the information. Let me see if I can find it. I'm at the official South Park website. I'll find it in a minute. But I guess we can talk about that as well because news. All right. Okay. All right. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's see. Brian says, GB, they're not going to fire Kathleen Kennedy because, well, she's a big she's a big Hollywood producer as well. But I think here's what they can do, Brian. I'm sure the Bobs, Bob Chapek and Bob Iger, the heads of Disney, see that there's a continuing growing backlash against her on the socials, especially most recently with the firing of Gina Carano. So this is what I think. My theory, before we continue, is that they probably see the writing on the wall and they're simply just not going to renew her contract, and they're just going to give her the opportunity to gracefully walk out of the building of Lucasfilm, and then they're going to place somebody else in charge, perhaps Jon Favreau, because a lot of people love what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing with Star Wars Mandalorian and the other shows that they're working on. So there is a hope that maybe the Bobs are considering somebody else to take over Lucasfilm. Case in point, Jon Favreau. That would be a great successor to Kathleen Kennedy, a much better choice in my opinion. So if they do that, then I would consider renewing my Disney Plus subscription and giving Disney money once more. But for the time being, I think I will keep my money. Dark MatterWolf says, I can say I think your Red Dead Redemption 2 Newswire are professional. Well, thank you, Dark MatterWolf. And we will continue doing Red Dead Online content on the channel. This is just something additional. But on Tuesdays, we will do the Red Dead Online Newswire video. So that's on Tuesdays. Thursdays, I will try to put out a Red Dead Online video. I'll do at least one Red Dead Online video a week, hopefully. And weekends, we'll still do the Red Dead Online streams. So that's still going to happen. I guess we're going to take a break from PC for the time being. So we'll just focus on PS4 and Xbox. So that's not going to change. However, GBcast will be 3 days a week going forward. For the time being, we'll see how it pans out. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 Central, 6 p.m. UK time. But I hope y'all are enjoying it so far. And by the way, you're welcome to join our Discord. You're welcome to be involved in the GBcast as well and bring up topics, gaming, as well as TV shows, sci-fi, comics, movie related. You think I should bring up in future installments, future episodes of the GBcast, feel free and do so. Randy, is Kathleen Kennedy related to JFK? I don't think so. Well, she's married to a Kennedy. I don't know if that Kennedy happens to be one of the Kennedys, but I doubt it. But I think that's not her. I think that's her married name is Kennedy. Fat Chinese Gaming, is that the cartoon? Yeah. South Park is the cartoon where Kenny almost always dies. He doesn't die as much as he used to, but early on he used to die all the time. See, Ramking says, can't really commit on some sort of things. I don't watch movies. Okay, that's fine, Ramking. Corey says, what, Red Dead? 1, 2, or 3. I have no idea what you're asking, Kari. Sometimes it's nice just to take your time, write out a complete sentence. But anyways, let's talk about some South Park news before we wrap up today. Because I'm a huge South Park fan. I've been one since I was a kid. And I think that Matt and Trey, the writers, the creators behind South Park, are great. I don't always agree with them, but that's totally fine. I'm sure a lot of you don't always agree with me. But I always feel like they try to call things down the middle. And I'm glad that going forward, hopefully we'll get a new season of South Park, despite the bug wrecking 2020 in so many ways. Hopefully in the fall, we'll get a new season of South Park. But they have been doing a few specials. They did a special a few months ago. What was it? The Halloween special? Was it the Halloween special? I think so. Or was it a different special? But anyways, they have another special coming out. March 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Comedy Central. And they're intentionally misspelling South Park with the Q, probably for QAnon, that group. So South Park returns with South Park Vaccination Special. Oh, boy. All right, so here's the news. By the way, this is at South Park's official website. Let's see, Comedy Central announced a new 1-hour special event from the Emmy Peabody Award-winning series South Park. They even have to change it in the freaking article. They're just normally it's not spelled that way. I guess they're just doing it for this special. All right, so the hour-long supersized episode titled South Park Vaccination Special premieres Wednesday, March 10th, which is coming up a week from Wednesday. So a week from Wednesday, I'll definitely be watching this. And it'll be on Comedy Central with 2 encore airings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern. The premiere will simulcast on MTV2. So MTVT. I didn't realize there was an MTV2. That doesn't sound right. MTV2. It doesn't roll off the tongue so well. Because, I mean, even is there actually music on MTV2? Is there actually music over there on MTV2? I've never heard of MTV. I know there's VH1. Or there used to be VH1. But MTV has not been music for a long ass time. Anyways, if anyone watches MTV2, let me know what it's actually like. What's the programming over there? There's just so many freaking channels now. The new episode follows cable's #1 scripted telecast of 2020 South Park's The Pandemic Special. It was the Pandemic Special, but the Pandemic Special, it was not spelled like that, by the way. But anyways, they're just doing this. Just Matt and Trey are just doing this to be funny in this this press release. See, which will rebroadcast 7 p.m. It premiered on September 30th. Pandemic Special was the highest rated episode in 7 years. 4.4 million people were watching that night, including me. I thought it was okay. It had its moments, but it was all right. Citizens of South Park are clamoring for the bug vaccine. Hilarious new militant group tries to stop the boys from getting their teachers vaccinated. Of course, that's the direction they're going to go. Can't call it down the middle and be like, well, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. maybe it'll cause side effects. That's why I'm waiting to take mine. All new episode will be available to stream on HD exclusively at South Park. Of course, they're misspelling it again. All right, so yeah, South Park launched in August 97. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of the South Park vaccination special. Intentionally misspelled, because see, that's how South Park's supposed to be spelled. So if you click on this, okay, it still takes you to South Park's actual channel. Okay, so anyways, let's go back to chat, shall we? I just wanted to bring that up at the end because I am a huge South Park fan, by the way. All right, Hikari says there's a South Park video game when you were a child. There's been quite a few. Was it the one where you would shoot the turkeys? It was like a first person shooter where you'd run around shooting the angry turkeys. All right, see you later, Karenzi. I see Ard's here. What's up, Ard? That's right. A new Are you talking about South Park? Yeah. Well, it's not an episode. It's like a special, Ard. But hello, Ard. How's it going? See, Randy says, I like to stream. There are a lot of streamers who talk nothing but garbage. But GB, your streams are always very interesting and entertaining. Thank you. Thank you very much, Randy. I'm glad you and everyone else are enjoying the GB cast. Let's see. RK. Hello, RK. How's it going? Good to see you. All right, let's see where we left off. What's my favorite South Park season? Like, the early ones are classic, like the first season. But, I mean, they've had so many seasons. There's usually always a few good episodes in a season. The cartoon special was great, along with, the Cartoon Wars. There's been quite a few, like the comic series when they were all comic book characters. But, I mean, a lot of people have come in South Park from different seasons, different points. But I'm hoping that the new South Park vaccination special's entertaining. I hope it's funny. I hope it feels like South Park. I hope it's... Because, see, Matt and Trey do a good job of playing no favorites. They attack the right. They attack the left. They attack everybody. And that's what I love the most about South Park, because I feel like there's enough criticism on all sides that warrant criticism. Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping that we'll see in the vaccination special, which once again will premiere March 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Comedy Central. All right. See you later, Randy. I see Sinister Chef's Love Shack. Great game. Oh, I never played that one. Of course, Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole were great South Park games as well. I've streamed through both of those. So those were great to play. Oh my God, they killed Kenny. You bastards. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, South Park is one of those animated series that has had a few hits or misses over the years. Overall, I still feel like it's a good show. I mean, I feel like it's a better show than The Simpsons. I feel like The Simpsons kind of went downhill over a decade ago at the very least, or maybe it was it 2 decades ago that they went downhill? Like the first 10 seasons of Simpsons was good, but then I think most people wonder why Simpsons is still a thing. See, RF asks, hey GB, have you heard of a guy by the name of Burt Pence? If not, he's the narrator for Red Dead Redemption multiplayer. Oh, he is? Okay, RK. I thought it was Hagen. Somebody said a long time ago that it was Hagen, the voice actor who did Landon Ricketts. So I didn't realize that. Well, thanks for bringing that to my attention, RK. I appreciate that. Anyways, so I don't know what else to talk about. Is there anything else any of y'all want to discuss? Anything else we've brought up today? We talked about quite a few topics. And the return of the GB cast. Off to an interesting start. We found out that somebody's out there posing as me. Like somebody's out there. I guess a troll I pissed off. Okay. Posing as me of all people. I mean, there's plenty of other YouTubers much bigger than me to impersonate. But I thought that was fascinating. We couldn't find their channel, though. That's the funny thing is we looked and we couldn't find this fake GeauxBurns channel. It's not the real me, though, by the way, because I don't openly talk trash in other people's live chats. If I do appear in a live chat for somebody's live stream, usually I just say hello or I just interact with the conversation that's occurring. So some troll out there impersonating me. I hope that they get reported. I hope they get blocked. And I hope they come to realize that impersonating anybody is pretty pathetic. See, RF says it's Burt Pence. I found this out a couple hours ago. Okay, cool. Cool. I did not know that. I did not realize that. Well, we'll find out who it is. I feel like it's like somebody mentioned that they think it might have been a troll. Maybe like because Friday we had like a troll encounter, a little troll infestation. My mods and I handled it. And I don't think the troll was happy. So they're probably trying to get revenge. Trippy Q, what's up, Trippy Q? How's it going? Good to see you, Trippy Q. So we talked about a few topics. We talked about some DC news. We talked about some like Spider-Man's official title, No Way Home. Apparently it's coming out in December. We talked about apparently this modder discovered this removing this code in GT Online increases the speeds up the loading time by like 70%. That's an IGN article. That was kind of cool. Whether or not Rockstar actually takes that advice and does something with it remains to be seen. We also talked about the new pay-to-win game coming to the Switch, Star Wars Hunters. It'll be free to download, but it's going to have ways of microtransaction in it. Oh, yes, there will be. So, yeah, we did talk a bit about my thoughts about how the DC universe was sped up too fast and mistakes that were made along the way, quite a few. And the fact that the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, 4 hours, by the way, 4 hours, coming in a few weeks from now to HBO Max. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I hope it's better than Josh Whedon's version. It had like maybe a moment or two I liked. Maybe a moment or two. But I hope the 4-hour version of Zack Snyder's Justice League is good. I hope it's worth the 4 hours. I hope it's worth the shekels we give to HBO Max. I do like the fact that it's going to be on the HBO Max. That way, if I need to get up and take a break, I can just hit the pause button instead of sitting in a theater being like, oh, I've got to go. Don't you hate that when you're in a theater, you're watching a movie, and you're not even halfway through the movie, and you just think, oh, I got to go bathroom. Oh, no. You can't just ask them to hit the pause button in a theater, right? So you're afraid of getting up because you don't want to miss anything. See, RF says December 18th is when Spider-Man... yeah, we talked about that a moment ago. Yeah, No Way Home comes out sometime this December. Surprisingly, I did not expect No Way Home to come out so soon. Like, I just went to go look because we were talking a little bit about Spider-Man. And I wanted to find out if No Way Home was the official title. And according to Marvel.com, it is the official title. And it's also coming out this December, which means that they've already probably done most of the shooting. Like, most of the shooting has to be done, and that means that they're doing all the post-production stuff now. The music, CGI, editing, etc. So I hope it's good. I really do. But, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we have got some good content coming. Hopefully the South Park special will be good on March 10th. Hopefully the 4 hours Zack Snyder Justice League will be good. Hopefully Godzilla vs. Kong will be good. I'm hoping that the new Spider-Man will be good. I'm hoping that the new Batman movie will be good. Whether or not the rumors of Robert Pattinson and Zoe actually dating behind the scenes, that could be true. It's very possible. It does happen. It's happened time and time again with actors and actresses over the decades, ever since the very first Hollywood movie, probably. Whether or not they actually were getting it on the Batmobile, literally, that could just be 4chan nonsense and BS. It could be true, but then again, it might not be. Anyways, I do appreciate you all being here today for the return of the GB cast. And we will continue. We'll see how this goes. Like 3 days a week. The original version of the GB cast was like 1 day a week, and I think that might have been part of the problem. And that's why we're going to try something different for the next few weeks and see if it works. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. UK. And we're still going to cover Red Dead, by the way. So all my Red Dead subscribers, fear not. I'm not abandoning Red Dead. So Tuesdays, I'll still do a Red Dead Newswire video on Tuesdays. But please support that video. Please watch it. Please like it. Please help it. So you got to help it. And then on Thursdays, I will attempt to put out a Red Dead video at least once a week. You know, something of my own creation, like an ideas video, thoughts video, etc. And then weekend streams for Red Dead Online will continue. So we're not going to do PC for a while. We're going to take a break from PC. We're going to focus on PS4 and Xbox on the weekends. So that schedule's the same. Saturday, PS4. Sunday, Xbox One. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, GBcast. Where for like, hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours sometimes. We will talk about a variety of topics, whether it's video game news, comics, sci-fi, TV shows, movies. I hope to have some guests come on. Maybe some regulars we'll have. And maybe some other people too. So we'll see how it goes. But if you want to be more involved in the GBcast, we do have a room in our Discord. You're welcome to join. Feel free and post topics you'd like to see discussed on Wednesday, perhaps Friday's episodes of the GBcast. And anything that's topic-wise, trending that you think that should be brought up, feel free and do so. And future guests are also welcome to say, hey, I'd like to be on the GBcast in the future. But I am going to be kind of specific, like somebody that's already like an established content creator or streamer. That's probably who I'm going to go with for future guests on the GBcast. And eventually, if I find somebody that I feel like I have some good chemistry with, and the viewers enjoy, they may become a co-host or become a regular guest. So we'll see how it goes. And there's a lot of other ideas I have for it going forward. And maybe even like some themed GBcasts where we talk like about, say, Lord of the Rings, or we talk Star Trek, or we talk Star Wars, and maybe bring on a guest specifically about this or that. So there's a lot of great YouTubers out there that cover a variety of different genres, whether it's comics or sci-fi shows, movies, etc. So that's kind of my plan going forward. Before I wrap up, let me say goodbye to everybody that was here today. See Sinister, Dark MatterWolf, Bagman, Ard, Red the 8-Bit Dinosaur, Fat Chinese Gaming, RK, along with Hikari was here, Trippy Q was here, Karunzi was here, Randy was here. See Ramking, along with Brian, Space Monkey, Captain Nat. I'm glad your son is doing well. That is good news. Hopefully a positive step in the right direction for his health. Hopefully. Barry was here along with, Whipping Boss was here. JDR was here. Paradise Gamer was here. Terminator Gaming was also here. Ben was here. Seth King was here. Riley was here. Along with Smithers and Raider was here. Shotgun Mark was here. Chatney was here. Magnum was here. John Steve was here. Miguel was here. Brett was here. Amit was here. Brywood was here. Mogul was here. Straight Slayer was here. Vicky was here. River was here. Monsieur was here. I appreciate everybody that stopped by today. Danushka was also here, so thank you very much, Danushka. And tune in Wednesday for the next installment of the GBcast. But as always, from me to each and every one of you, as always, from the bottom of my heart, I hope you all are enjoying the GBcast series. Once again, going to be airing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 12 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. UK. And hopefully I'll see you for the next installment of the GBcast on Wednesday. But till then, from the bottom of my heart, from me to each and every one of you, as always, thanks for watching.